One of the problems with trying to break up with a Thai girlfriend is that locals and even police authorities don't want to get involved when it comes to relationship issues. In late 2022, I had an unfortunate experience with a young lady I met in Soi 7. Even though she appeared to be madly in love, it became clear that she was also in love with many other men. My suspicions were confirmed after I carried out several spot checks at the bar where she worked. It was evident that she was more interested in having drinks with customers after hours than coming to my hotel. She gave me the excuse that her boss asked her to help out with several private parties over 2 nights. But I didn't buy it. She returned to my hotel quite drunk at 5 a.m., 2 nights in a row. I decided to check on her, catching a Bolt taxi the following morning at 3 a.m. I wasn't surprised to see her sitting very close with a Faran, far too close for my comfort. So I returned to my hotel and waited for her to return. She stumbled into the room at almost 6 a.m., and being intoxicated slumped onto the bed for several minutes, refusing to explain her actions. After some time, I grabbed her bag and belongings and pointed to the door. She surprised me by grabbing my shirt and started crying bitterly, saying that she loved me. I couldn't help but feel that these were crocodile tears. Screaming down my neck, she held on tight. I released her grip and once again told her to leave. Mind you, I wasn't throwing her out on the street as we had planned on moving into her apartment the following week, once my hotel stay expired. To avoid further confrontation, I decided to leave her to get some rest and went for a casual stroll to the beach. My mind was racing, trying to make sense of what had taken place. Why was this girl playing me for a fool after I paid her bar fine directly for 3 weeks and allowed her to continue working as usual? She never demanded money for services, as I covered all living expenses. The day passed in a blur, and around 10 p.m. that night, I received a line message from her asking where I was. I replied, stating that I wanted her out of the hotel before I returned. I thought that was the end of it. Tired as I was, I managed to chill out at a bar, reflecting on the past events. At approximately 1 a.m. the following morning, a line message came in with photos of a blood-splattered hand basin and cuts on her wrist. After urgently calling the hotel staff to check on her, I rushed back to the hotel. The staff had done absolutely nothing, and since I had no key, they refused to assist in opening the door until I threatened, "Kick it down," to gain access. After convincing them to call the police, the hotel security gained access to my room. My girlfriend had locked herself in the bathroom and did not respond to my requests to open the door. Bathroom doors are easy to unlock, and as the door opened, she was slumped in the shower cubicle, surrounded by razor blades she had extracted from my disposable shavers. She was conscious but refused to talk. The police arrived some 45 minutes later. After interrogating both of us, they informed me not to call them again. I was in shock. The next morning, I made the decision to check out and informed the hotel staff that my girlfriend had to be gone for the 10 a.m. checkout time. I went on another day's stroll, my mind in a blur. Upon my return the following morning, I was informed by the hotel reception that my girlfriend had checked out just moments earlier. I was relieved. After checking out myself, I thought my bad experience had finally come to an end, even though it cost me a week's accommodation, which was a small price to pay for my freedom. But wait. 2 nights later, my girlfriend tracked me down while I was playing pool at my favorite Treetown bar. The fight for freedom once again commenced. She jumped on my back as I turned to leave, and for a small lady, she was extremely strong. I struggled to release her grip. Once free, I sprinted from the bar with her hot on my heels. Locals and tourists stood still in shock as I weaved my way through eateries and back alleys in an attempt to shake her pursuit. But she managed to grab me again, and as I was pushing her away, a muscular dude came at me with fists raised. I'm sure if it wasn't for the guy's girlfriend, he would have smashed me. I explained to the guy's partner that I was only trying to get away from my girlfriend, after which both of them decided to walk away, leaving my girlfriend still wrapped around my neck. It seemed like a bad dream. The next thing that happened was a plainclothes policeman flashing his badge in my face and asking what I was doing. "Are you for real?" I thought, as my girlfriend was still clutching me around the neck, and all I was trying to do was get away. What happened next surprised me even more. The officer turned his back on me and waved goodbye. What could I do? I spotted several bays of motorcycle taxis, and after breaking free, I made a run for it. However, as I jumped behind a rider, my girlfriend once again launched herself at me, clutching my shirt. The rider refused to start the motorcycle. So once again, I broke free, buying me precious seconds to launch myself onto the back seat of another motorcycle that had just dropped off a passenger. With one eye on my girlfriend, who was about to run through the stream of traffic, I urged the rider to accelerate and take me to the beach. The rider was slow to respond, and I knocked on his helmet several times before he finally got a move on. As we moved forward, I glanced back to find my girlfriend standing in the middle of the road, her hands by her sides, her head slumped over as if accepting defeat. The lesson I learned here is that it is not easy breaking off the Thai girlfriend. I monitored her TikTok messages for 2 more months from the safety of my Australian residence, noticing that she posted videos of herself clutching a shirt I had left in the hotel. There were tears and painful looks on her face as she continued to post regular updates, hoping I would return. 3 months later, she finally accepted that we were finished, stating that it was easier for me to move on than for her to forget me. So guys, you never know what awaits you once you start looking for a girlfriend. I now make it a point to tell bar girls that I'm a butterfly and that anything between us would be purely on a business-related basis. Thankfully, some girls understand and are willing to accept those terms as long as I don't take another girl from the same bar. Given the fact that there are so many bars in Pattaya, it shouldn't be a problem.